I'm so thankful that we actually found him and we can appropriately lay him to rest, but we still don't have any answers to any of our questions.
Right now, the family of a missing Madison man found dead speaks out, saying they now have more questions than answers after receiving a report detailing how law enforcement searched for Christopher Miller. Also, as the top Republican presidential hopefuls prepare for next week's debate in Milwaukee, we take a look at the party's historic ties here in Wisconsin. Those stories and more right now on News 3 Now at 6. And new at 6, a Madison pastor is charged tonight with sexually assaulting a child weeks after our investigative team first brought you this case. Robert Stein of Midvale Baptist Church is charged with 2 counts of first-degree child sexual assault on a person under 13 years old. Investigative reporter Naomi Coles joins us now with more. Naomi?
Eric, these charges are coming almost 2 months after police wrapped up their investigation. Now, I first reported 2 weeks ago. The state pulled Robert Stein's child care license back in June. Police recommended nearly 2 months ago that the district attorney charge Stein with first-degree child sexual assault. I reported that he had kept preaching around children despite the recommended charges. I confronted Stein with the accusations at his home last month. He told me to talk to his attorney. When I talked to an expert in Baptist theology, he told me their authority structure makes cases like this easy to go under the radar in the larger Southern Baptist structure. Now, I was just talking to Bob Stein's defense attorney. He told me in a text message, Stein has resigned from Midvale Baptist Church and denies doing anything illegal or wrong. Head to my investigation online at channel3000.com to learn more about this case.
Naomi, thank you. A family says the answers they've received from law enforcement are not enough. Christopher Miller's body was found Sunday near Beloit 9 months after he went missing. The Rock County Sheriff's Office put out a timeline yesterday of every time they'd looked for him. That timeline came to our Braden Ross before it went to the family. Braden?
Yeah, that's right. Christopher Miller's family told me they didn't see that timeline until I showed it to them yesterday. It's an attempt to answer the questions the family has been asking for a year. Their response, though, it's not enough.
It just kind of like felt like our world was crashing down. Like, it just seems so final that he's really not coming back.
After 9 long months of looking for answers, Christopher Miller's family is finding it hard to accept this one.
For this to be the outcome at the end, that they just find like his dead body in a house, like, I would not wish it on my worst enemy.
Miller first went missing in November after fleeing from state patrol officers at a traffic stop on I-90 just outside of Janesville. Since then, his family has pleaded with officers to do more to find their loved one, but they say their cries weren't taken seriously.
They dismissed us, and that's how we feel. And I think it's a bunch of BS that there's this long 15-page timeline of events that they didn't even think to send us either, that they're releasing to the public to make it seem like they did all this when we know how we were treated.
Wednesday, the Rock County Sheriff's Office released a 14-page timeline of everything they say they did to find Miller. It detailed 13 searches, most of which happened within the first few days after Miller ran into the night.
They didn't do no searches in January. They didn't do no searches in February, March, and then April.
The timeline also lays out more than 24 times Miller's family asked law enforcement for help.
Everybody that cared about what happened to my son, we all put the work in because they weren't going to do it.
On Sunday, an anonymous tip led investigators to a body in an abandoned house 6 miles from where Miller was last seen.
The thought of him making it that far in that weather with no jacket, no phone, no knowledge of the area doesn't make any sense to us whatsoever.
Miller had been found, but the search for answers is far from over.
I hope that we find out what really happened to him, not just what they say happened to him.
Now, the medical examiner has not yet released Miller's cause of death. As far as those other questions, Miller's family says they're not ready to stop looking for answers anytime soon. We'll keep you updated as we get more information here and online at channel3000.com.
Braden, thank you. Authorities say the man who fell to his death Monday afternoon at Devil's Lake State Park fell approximately 49 feet after being separated from another hiker. He has now been identified as 42-year-old Dr. Jason Gillum, a radiologist from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Dr. Gillum was on the West Bluff near the park's north shore when he accidentally fell. The other hiker he got separated from filed a missing persons report. Later, another hiking group came upon Dr. Gillum's body and reported it to authorities. Authorities in Sauk County say a cyclist was killed last night near Devil's Lake State Park after the bike suffered a mechanical failure, throwing the cyclist onto the highway It happened as the cyclist was riding eastbound on County Highway DL near Park Road on the state park's northern edge. First responders tried to revive the cyclist, but that individual was later pronounced dead. Authorities noted the cyclist was not wearing a helmet. Their identity has yet to be released at this time. There is a chance of more Canadian wildfire smoke filling our skies in the days to come. Let's check your first warn forecast now with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canaldi. Gary?
Eric, there is some haze on the western horizon. That's the first vestiges of the wildfire smoke, and we'll see that pretty much through the weekend. Let's start out by taking a look at an air quality advisory that has been issued for the entire state of Wisconsin until 6 a.m. Monday morning. Also parts of Minnesota under air quality advisories for that wildfire smoke. Today, the smoke wasn't too bad just because we had enough of a wind to kind of mix up the air. There were more clouds as well as a couple of showers, but those have dissipated. Skies are clearing, and we'll probably notice the smoke a lot more tomorrow. Doppler track shows the last of the rain showers moving offshore from Lake Michigan. Most of us were dry after the showers and storms moved out last night, and you can see nothing really across southern Wisconsin. High temperatures today, right around midnight in most cases. Madison 72, 73 in the Dells, but you can see current temperatures are just below those numbers. 71 right now, Madison. Janesville's at 73. It's 75 degrees in Boscobel. Across Dane County, 71 in Deerfield, 72 in Mount Horeb, and 72 degrees in Belleville. Look for skies to be mostly clear for this evening. Temperatures dropping into the lower 60s. Later on, I'll take a look at how long that wildfire smoke may stick around and how hot it'll get as we head into next week.
Gary, thank you. A silver alert has been issued tonight for a missing New Berlin woman who was last seen this morning. 79-year-old Alexis Baker left her home this morning around 9:30 and was last seen just before 11 a.m. at the Tri-City Bank in Oak Creek. She drives a silver 2013 Hyundai Santa Fe Sport SUV with the license plate number there on your screen. Anyone with information on her whereabouts is asked to call the New Berlin Police Department. The number there also at the bottom of your screen, area code 262-782-6640. It has been a busy summer for the Clean Lakes Alliance and its volunteers. Today it hosted its 12th Volunteer Day of the Summer at Orchid Heights Park in Middleton with employees from Land's End. This morning's work continues years of restoration to improve the east end of the Pheasant Branch Conservancy. Volunteers today cut down buckthorn and removed invasive plants from the park. The parks and lakes in the greater Madison area are some of our best features, so it's important we take care of them, and that takes a team effort.
Most important thing is getting people involved, right? So we're talking about cultural change for greater Madison. So they can start off volunteering, they can learn from our emails, they can come to our educational programs, but really it's going to take an entire community changing its ways to truly protect the lakes now and for future generations.
There are 2 more volunteer days this summer open to the public. Both are next month. For more information, including how to sign up, you can visit cleanlakesalliance.org. Dane County Sheriff's Office getting a hands-on experience with some of the newest technology for first responders, all part of this year's Axon Roadshow. Axon is a company that develops technology and weapons products for the military, law enforcement, and civilians. Today, they stopped by Wanakee to show off what they're calling a new era in less lethal technology. One piece of technology is a virtual reality training simulator.
We also have here the virtual reality, which is the most fantastic bit of technology, I think, that is the future of training in our profession. The ability to put on a headset to have a realistic scenario that can be changed as the scenario develops and can be controlled is the key to appropriately training in our profession.
Some of the other technology displayed include the latest drones, lighter and longer lasting body cameras, and a taser capable of deploying nearly twice the distance of the previous version. In 6 days, the top Republican presidential candidates will take the debate stage in Milwaukee. Wisconsin's history with the Republican Party runs deep, tracing back to its very origins. Catherine Merck has that story.
We're traveling north to Ripon, where the party was formed, to learn more about those historic beginnings. We'll have that special report in just a few minutes.
And there's more local news ahead tonight at 10. A World War II veteran here in Madison recently turned 100 and allowed us to join the celebration. We'll hear him reflect on a lifetime of memories. That's tonight on News 3 Now at 10.
How much money have you wasted trying to find the right shade of foundation to match your skin tone? You end up with so many unused bottles, yet you can't bear to throw them out. Now there's Color Beauty self-adjusting foundation, which means you'll never search for the perfect shade again.
It's really difficult for me to find a good tone foundation. I usually purchase about 3 or 4 and sometimes mix them. Color Beauty is a game changer in finding the right foundation. You put it on your skin and it transforms into your own skin tone.
The Color Beauty foundation is so simple to put on. My skin looks great and it just looks awesome.
The key to the innovative Color Beauty formula is tiny color beads that release and blend to perfectly match your skin tone as you apply it. The foundation is white when it comes out of the bottle, but when I begin to apply it, it adjusts to blend perfectly with the color of my skin.
My biggest problem area is my cheeks right here. Color Beauty feels really light on my skin, and I can tell that it is pretty full coverage, so it looks like I don't have too much foundation on, but it is covering all my acne scars like I was saying before. I actually really love it. It's weightless and it's full coverage, and also it literally just matches my skin as soon as I put it on. It's no work. I've never experienced a foundation like this.
Color Beauty only comes in 2 colors, light and medium. If you have fair skin or you burn easily, go with the light. If you have darker skin, go with the medium. Plus, with an SPF of 50, they're getting the highest level of sun protection in a lightweight formula. And best of all is Color Beauty's exclusive special.
Order Color's Ultimate Beauty Package today and get 40% off. That means you'll get the color adjusting foundation, the skin smoothing primer, and the fan favorite lash enhancer for thicker, longer looking lashes at 40% off. Plus, get free shipping. Visit color40.com or call the number on your screen.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Wisconsin is on track to overhaul how the state regulates alcohol, with the final hearing on a bill taking place today. A provision would change how some wedding venues would operate. There are barns and venues around the state which you can rent out for events, including weddings. The question, though, is what you can drink at those venues. At a formal reception hall, the venue itself will often have a license to serve alcohol, something many of the barn venues do not. The bill making its way through the legislature would require those venues to obtain liquor licenses, which some argue poses a hardship.
If this bill passes as written, all this will change for us because we are forced to pick between 2 options. Option 1, to get a liquor license. For my husband and I, that's not an option. It's against our personal belief.
Under the bill, some barns would have to get licensed like a tavern, or in other cases be limited to only a few events per year. The bill also has some components that advocates say make it easier for craft breweries to operate. It passed the Assembly earlier this year with broad support, and now it's working its way through the Senate committee process. Our special report on the birth of the Republican Party in Ripon is still ahead. Plus, Gary's back. Another check of the First Warn forecast. Please stay with us.
Attention homeowners, we're looking for 50 homeowners who need a new bath or shower. We want to evaluate our custom bathing solutions in real homes for safety and convenience. Call Mad City Baths, Wisconsin's #1 remodeler and trusted local source for American-made baths and showers installed in as little as 1 day. And with our price lock guarantee, we'll guarantee your price for 1 year. Now 50 homeowners will save. Receive free installation of a new bath or shower. 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 24 months. Senior and military discounts, plus call during this program and receive a free $50 Walmart gift card with your in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call with zip code and location to qualify 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
Special report.
Spectrum brings us Spectrum One, where Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile come together to keep you seamlessly connected wherever you are!
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and 1 free line of unlimited mobile with no contract. Call 1-833-743-4999.
The Coopers here just got Spectrum One. Why did you switch?
With Spectrum One, we get a super fast, reliable connection. Look, with Spectrum Internet, I can stream Spectrum News across all our devices.
And the advanced Wi-Fi has enhanced security and privacy features that automatically block online threats, keeping our family and devices safe and secure.
How reliable is Spectrum Mobile?
It's a super reliable service coast to coast.
And it includes nationwide 5G.
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and one free line of unlimited mobile with the fastest wireless speeds. Call 1-833-743-4999 or visit a Spectrum store today.
Steinhoffel's Labor Day sale is bigger than ever with huge savings throughout the store and hundreds of incredible bonus buys. Like a Beauty Rest Queen mattress, $3.99. This sofa, $4.99. Dining table, only $7.49. A queen bed, now $7.79. Plus, right now, save up to 40% on patio furniture. And make your new room more affordable when you use our 72-month financing. It's Steinhoffel's Labor Day sale. Shop in store or online at steinhoffels.com.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Well, we are less than a week away from the first presidential debate of this election cycle. And of course, it's happening in Milwaukee, where the entire country will have its eyes on GOP leaders. As Catherine Merck shows us, though, this isn't the first time the party has had a notable start right here in Wisconsin.
In order to fully understand where the Republican Party stands today, you have to go back to where it all began.
This is the schoolhouse where the decision was made to found the Republican Party.
The year was 1854.
This is how it appeared.
Ahead of the Civil War, the country turned to Wisconsin as the place that set the precedent for the party's future.
They decided that if they were going to fight slavery and the expansion of slavery in the United States, they had to unify as one party, and that party would become Republicans.
The little white schoolhouse in Ripon became known across America as the birthplace of the Republican Party.
How often can 54 people stand up against an issue and stand strong and actually make a difference?
In a radical move, political leaders with similar beliefs came together against slavery, perhaps America's most polarizing issue to date.
It's one of the grassroots movements in America that actually made an impact.
When you walk through the historic site of the schoolhouse, you can't help but think,
when did the party switch, or when did the party change?
168 years later, the political landscape is still as divided as it was, just over different issues than the ones discussed here. To provide some context, we asked history professor Allison Efford at Marquette University about the Republican platform over time.
That political parties do change in significant ways.
She says it has constantly adjusted.
The Republican Party in Wisconsin has been these different things in different moments.
In just one example of that shift,
I'm about to sign into law the Civil Rights Act of 1964.
So there's a very kind of clear flip in the 1960s where African Americans side with the Democratic Party.
The party, like all parties, evolves over time, and it evolves around current social issues.
Now it's 2023. The country will turn to Wisconsin as the place that set the precedent for the party's future. Sound familiar?
I think it is going to give us some clues about where the Republican Party is positioning itself.
The names and faces are different, but what remains the same today is the party's adjustment to the country's polarized culture. The debate will show us where the Republicans will position themselves going forward.
A bit tricky to see where the debate that's coming up will fall in there. And I find that if we look at the past, we understand how people work and we understand how we got to where we are today.
As we look back where it all began,
like everything, it will continue to evolve.
This place is proof that what's ahead could set its own precedent in the years to come.
History is happening every day all around us. It doesn't have to be ancient history, it can be current history as well.
Reporting in Ripon, I'm Catherine Merck, News 3 Now.
And News 3 Now will have team coverage all day next Wednesday for the Republican presidential debate. Stay with us on air and online at channel3000.com for coverage throughout the day. Chief Meteorologist Gary Cannalte rejoins us now and his first warn forecast. Gary.
Well, we're dealing with the potential for some wildfire smoke from Canada that'll be drifting across the upper Midwest. The Department of Natural Resources has issued an air quality advisory for the entire state of Wisconsin through 6 a.m. Monday morning, so it includes the entire weekend. Most of Minnesota under the air quality advisory through 11 p.m. Friday night. They're already seeing the wildfire smoke, but it may start to dissipate there a little bit earlier. If you take a look at visible cloud track, we've had some build-up clouds, even a few showers, and that's kind of mixed up the air along with brisk winds. So the wildfire smoke has not been too prevalent, but you can kind of make out the haze here, the next batch of smoke that'll just kind of be following right along and down into the Midwest over the next couple of days, and that's why that air quality advisory has been issued through Saturday. The wildfire smoke extends all the way back into the Northwest Territories of Canada. Three things you need to know in the forecast: that the hazy wildfire smoke will continue through the weekend, but the temperatures will start to go up. Tomorrow we'll be back in the upper 70s, will be in the mid-80s on Saturday, and high temperatures around 90 degrees by Sunday. The humidity levels will come up as well, so we could be looking at heat index readings into the middle 90s. But even with more humidity for much of next week, no rain is expected, not only through next week, but through next weekend as well. The U.S. Drought Monitor still continues to show extreme drought conditions north and west of Madison, still severe drought conditions here. That has actually been a little bit of an improvement. Notice the eastern portions of the state closer to Lake Michigan and through central Wisconsin, either moderate or just abnormally dry conditions will widen out the view across the country. And it's interesting now that most of the drought conditions are in our part of the country, the Midwest and the Central Plains, as well as down near the Gulf Coast from Louisiana into Texas. Now, a lot of this could be alleviated very quickly if you get a tropical weather system in the Gulf of Mexico, which we're getting into the peak part of hurricane season over the next month or so. The western part of the country, where the drought has been more prevalent, that actually looking pretty good. And there's actually Hurricane Hillary that could bring moisture into the southwestern part of the country. So it's going to be our part of the nation that's dealing with most of the drought conditions. And you can see on weather track, once this weather system passes by, notice the absence of clouds out to the west. There's just nothing upstream that's going to bring us much in the way of cloud cover. Most of the moisture, the monsoon moisture, heading up through the Rockies. And then again, Hillary just off the map to the south could bring more rain into the desert southwest. But that just leaves us high and dry for the time being, with high pressure located just out to the west of us, and that warm front heading in our direction. That'll warm up the temperatures over the next few days. Air quality advisory through 6 a.m. Monday morning for all of Wisconsin. Planning your night across Dane County, low 55 Belleville, 54 in Perry, and 54 in Mount Horeb with mostly clear skies, down to 49 in Camp Douglas, 56 in Monroe, and 54 for the overnight low temperature in Janesville. For tomorrow, partly sunny, hazy, very mild, high temperature at 78. First warn 7 to 10 day forecast. Mid-80s Saturday, 90 on Sunday, upper 80s to around 90 for much of next week, with more humidity at least for the first half of the week. But notice the absence of rain. At least by next weekend, temperatures will be back down closer to normal.
And coming up in sports, a Packer rookie has been making some noise during training camp. The history he'd make if he plays in the regular season. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are Stamilt red cherries, just $2.48 a pound. Smithfield bacon, just $2.99. And buy two, get one free on select Pepsi products. All week long at Hy-Vee.
1 in 3 adults have difficulty getting in and out of the bathtub. But with a new walk-in shower or bath from Mad City, you can easily step in and out. And now 50 homeowners will receive free installation of a new bath or shower. 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 24 months. Plus, if you call Mad City Baz during this program, you'll receive a free $50 Walmart gift card with your in-home estimate.
This summer, happiness is a new Chevy. You can go farther, tow more, and bring along everyone you love. Your road to happiness begins in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on select popular Chevy SUVs when you finance with GM Financial. Plus, make no monthly payments for 90 days. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Surgenian's 93-year history means you pay $93 for installation no matter how many rooms you carpet. Get carpet and pad in your old carpet removed and recycled. Our competitors can't match it. Ask about 18-month financing. Local, sustainable Surgenians.
Get 11% off everything at Menards and take care of all your automotive needs. Get superior protection with Shell Rotella full synthetic diesel engine oil. It's designed to improve wear protection and provide excellent corrosion control. Pick up a gallon for only $21.99 after rebate. Rayovac high-energy alkaline batteries are perfect for powering everyday devices. And a 24-pack will ensure that you're covered. Only $8.99 each after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
It's Hy-Vee's Super Snack Sale this Friday through Sunday. Get Fritos or Cheetos, $2.77. Chex Mix, Bugles, or Gardettos, 2 for $4. And Nature Valley or Fiber One bars, $1.99. Only at Hy-Vee.
Tomorrow, we're live at Metcalf's at Hilldale for the last day of our back-to-school supply drive.
We'll tell you how your donations will impact students right here where we live.
And it is cool for now, but summer's heat will return for the upcoming weekend. Join us tomorrow between 4:30 and 7.
In just 2 days, Wisconsin volleyball will be back in the Fieldhouse when they host UIC on Saturday in an exhibition matchup. And even though it technically doesn't count, Kelly Sheffield wants to see a couple things from his team. How they gel together with all the new pieces and how they respond when adversity hits. And as far as the Badgers go, well, they're just excited to compete against somebody else.
Know each other's tendencies really well, being together every day and how each person on this team plays. So to see another team and to watch us respond to another team it's going to be a super great first game.
I'm just so excited to finally get a different team across the side of the net, right? That just marks the beginning of the season, and I'm so excited. And anytime that we get to play in this field house is so special, and I will never ever take that for granted.
The long shot Cinderella story who beats the odds. That's why we love sports, right? Well, let me introduce you to Carrington Valentine, the Packer rookie who might fit into that glass slipper. In franchise history, Green Bay has only selected one 7th-round cornerback who's even played in a game. And after his 4-tackle and interception performance against Cincinnati last week, Valentine is on track to break that mold.
Confidence grows every day, but, I'll try to keep a level head, just keep stacking days and stuff like that. I just like to play football at this point, you know what I mean? So just take day by day, go out there, compete, gel with the guys and stuff like that, and that's the way I take it.
Kamo'i Latu is the latest Badger to be watch listed ahead of Wisconsin's season opener. The senior safety is one of 85 players named to the Polynesian College Football Player of the Year Award watch list. Latu is coming off his first season in Madison, where he finished 5th on the team in tackles with 55, had 2 sacks, and also 2 interceptions. And the Bucs released their schedule for the upcoming year, and here are some of the highlights. Milwaukee will tip off their season at home on October 26th against the 76ers. For the 6th straight year, they'll play on Christmas Day, this time in the Big Apple against the Knicks. The Deer also play on New Year's Day. We've got the full slate up on our website.
Won't be long.
Yeah, we're just talking about basketball.
Won't be long. Gary, final check of the forecast.
Yeah, some wildfire smoke out there. So far, not too bad. There's the live view from the WISC-TV Skycam. The clouds really thinning out pretty quickly. There's the live view from the Platteville Queen Bee Radio Skycam. A little bit more haze on the western horizon there. Current temperatures, pretty comfortable. Upper 60s east of Dane County. Madison at 71, mainly in the 70s west of Dane County. Here in Dane County itself, 72 degrees in Verona, 72 in Oregon, and 72 degrees in Wanakee. Look for clear skies this evening, just some haze as we head through the night.
All right, Gary, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6. Charlotte rejoins us tonight at 10. Have a good one.